Ah, that'll do. Hello. Wrong camera, this camera. Hello, how are we doing? What's happening? What's happening and stuff? Are we alright? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Had some of that gremlins pretty much every week, but hopefully we're all good. Hope everybody's alright. May I? Smashing. There we go. Welcome to Thursday night live stream. Thursday night live. Tonight we're hammering on about, what is it again? Pointless specs or something. And we'll be looking at the poll that we did on Wednesday. Have we blathered about it? And that's about it. Let's come and say hello. Also, just so you know at the very start, we're going to be doing 90 minutes. 90-minute live streams, hour and a half over the summer. I don't know if there is a stream next week. It will all depend. If we do have a stream next week, it'll be extra super duper special, right? If we don't, we don't. It didn't happen. Right, let's come and say hello everybody. Who's all in? Johnny 3 Bar in the house, you're first in. How you doing, mate? Thank you for coming. And Trey Shreddens, early attender. How you doing, mate? Thank you for coming. Peter Collins is in. Hauser's in with a new, what do you call it? Avatar thing. That looks pretty nice. What is that you got, mate? That's a pretty good looking guitar there. Purpley. I mean, are we that far off? Yours has got the better maple fretboard. I'm actually thinking about changing the neck on this. But anywho, beautiful. We'll get to that shortly. Roasted maple neck, stainless steel frets, reverse headstocks, fan frets, locking tuners, lumen lays, Floyd, I don't know, all the stuff that you can think of that fits under that umbrella of what we're talking about 2 day, 2 night, whenever this is. If you're watching on catch up, thanks for watching on catch up. Chuck something in the comments. Thank you. Right, okay. Too excited, let's calm down. Hauser, let us know what that new guitar is in your avatar, please. Fretless, how you doing, mate? Thanks for coming. Francis Chambers in the chat. Hello, mate. Richard Sheehan is in. Bob Blake's in. How you doing, mate? Searching for Tone's in. Yes, indeed, it is Thursday. You did not plan accordingly and scheduled a haircut in 30 minutes. What? Just get it all off, mate. That's it. Tell them you've not got time for anything fancy. What are you going to go for anyway? You get it cut long. That's one of my favourites. Can I get it cut long, please? Anywho. Stevie Mark's in the house. How you doing, mate? Thank you for coming. John Channing is in. Trey Shreddens. Wecklum. Yes, indeed. Barry Christensen is in. Hello, mate. The Lamb is in. How you doing, Lammy? Stefan Barr's here. Yes, they are, and you keep wearing them. What is that? Yes, they are, and yet you keep... What are we talking about there? Oh, specs. Specs. Pointless specs. Haha! I got you, mate. Very good. Bloody show off, Steve. Oh, I don't know about that, mate. That was terrible, but thank you, mate. The Ubi, up, listen to those sweet licks, man. Thank you, Ubi. How you doing, mate? Thanks for coming. Check out the Ubi's channel, live streams at the time, always live streaming. And of course, the Lammy's live stream is the best live stream on the internet, so you need to check it out too. Relax Meditation is in the house. How you doing, mate? Thank you so much for your kind comments as always. Dingers63, Faye Dundee is in the house. How you doing, mate? He's in the house. The house is Dundonian. Anywho, WTF is in. Hello, mate. Chris Otterwell's in. How you doing, mate? Did we say John Channing? We did. Everybody's saying hello to Lammy because he's the man. See, everybody knows about Lammy. Everybody's saying hello to Lammy. Yep. Graham Campbell, how you doing, mate? Thank you for coming. Sorry if I missed anybody there. Missed anybody else? The Lamb. You know, DiMarzio make purple pickup covers, right? I mean, these are getting changed anyway. Moss Def, because it's not the look. I don't hate the look, but I really don't like the sound of these pickups. They're pretty horrible. These are like the ones that came with this jet, but they're like, it's like a special edition jet. But I want white. I want white, mate. I want, well, maybe a chrome nickel covered humbucker, but a couple of white single coils. That's my thing. I like the black and white popping, but I don't like it the other way around. I don't like the white pickguard with the black bobbins. What's all that about? Eh? Fussy. Just fussy. Johnny D's in. How you doing, mate? Thank you for coming. Oh, we just missed Ray there. Where's Ray went? Ray, where are you, Ray? Where's the comment went? Can't find it. Oh, there he is. Raisin, I'll catch up later. You're setting up your Kemper player. Nice one. For a couple of shows this weekend. Really tasteful player. Oh, thank you very much, mate. But yeah, enjoy your Kemper, mate. I never tried the Kemper. Always thought it looked a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Intimidating to me. Just looks a bit techy and scary. Shredding Finn, how you doing, mate? Thanks for coming. Greg Incan here, thank God, because we're what? I don't know, we're some time in now. 8 minutes in. I'm glad we can hear. That's good news. The Ubi just been talked about in the same breath of Scottish Scorcher Steve Cassidy as a treat. Steph, I don't know if I missed that, but thank you. Nice man, mate. Stephen Gunner's in as well. What's up, mate? Thanks for coming. John Channing, thanks for coming, mate. Greg Green's in the house. Jack Karowski, how you doing, mate? Jack Karowski of offsetguitars.co.uk. Check him out. Awesome guitars, awesome service. I bought a guitar yesterday. Not from Offset Guitars. Sorry, it's non-offset. I'll maybe tell you about it later. Maybe. Cheap one. I like the cheap ones. Who can afford to buy expensive stuff? Not me. Maria Muggs Davies in the house. How you doing, Maria? Thanks for coming. Steve Reeser is in. Francis Chambers. I think we maybe had you, but hello again. Why not? Where are we at? Hozzer Ibanez RG550. Went beautiful. Is that the same as Jojo's? And also, has that got a middle single coil or is that HH? It looks beautiful, mate. What's the ON? That must be the colour. You're going to have to tell me the colour. I'm sorry. Greg Green, it would be funny if you did a live stream by a small stream on your Enya guitar. Stranger things have happened. It could happen. Oh, Milehouse Studios in the chat. How you doing, mate? Thanks for coming. You're welcome to stream if you're early enough, Chuck. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. It's going to be that time, isn't it? I probably won't be able to do that. Okay, well, wait. We might have an extra special live stream next week, maybe, but I'll be well later. Past everybody's bedtime. That might be a spoiler there. Thank you, Milehouse. Cheers for coming in, mate. Ben Travers, what are you saying? Hey, Steve, good to be here. Can't stay for that long, but just wanted to say hi to everybody and keep smashing it. Yes, mate. Thanks for coming, buddy. And I appreciate your comments earlier in the week as well, mate. Much appreciated. Stephen, but don't forget the push-pull, Stevie boy. See, now, that did enter my mind as being an option. The push-pull. Is that an overrated spec? Not for me. I love it. I love a push-pull. Well, I mean, depends on what the push-pull does, mind you. You can have it set up to do different things. You can have series parallel, pickups on and off. So I suppose on its own, it's pretty useful because it could do a lot of stuff, but even if it was just doing the one function of splitting the coils, I'm all in for it. Love split coil sounds. Johnny D, you've got two very basic PRSs. They're great guitars and you have no doubt they sound pretty identical to those expensive ones. I feel they are more like pieces of flashy furniture rather than workhorses. I see what you mean, mate, yeah. Are you thinking like the more expensive PRS, the extras are mainly cosmetic? Is that what we're saying maybe? I don't know enough about them, but you could be onto something. IMA 640, kind of like the Gibson Les Paul Studio, what that was originally supposed to be. Yeah, maybe. Evening to you, IMA 640, thanks for coming, mate. Thank God you'll be going in 90 minutes. Yes, mate, that's it. Just in time for the end of your haircut. If you're getting something fancy. It depends if you're getting a bit of colour and volume put in there, mate. Anyhow. Nuno Pyers, hello mate, how you doing? Any news? Any updates, Nuno? Oh, Nuno is the gentleman who won the Spira guitar weeks ago and he's had a bit of a nightmare. Actually, I need to email back Spira from since you emailed this morning. Yeah, you've had a nightmare getting that from customs and whatnot, haven't you? Because you're in Portugal. Hopefully there's good news on that, mate. Hozzer, super chat, thank you so much, mate. You absolute legend for the super chat. And your new guitar is purple neon. Yes, HSH. Beautiful, mate. Oh, I'm tempted. If anything, it's making me want to get a lighter neck on this even more than I wanted to. We'll maybe do a wee experiment in a minute. Totally sold on Purple neon, mate, that's beautiful. Right on my street, as you can see. Right, where do we get to there? Nuno, yeah, hopefully I've got some news from Nuno. Okay. 90 minutes. Why so short? Search for Tone live streams. Is it 4 hours minimum you do? I always have to go to my bed before it because it's like about 2 AM I can manage and then I have to go. Sometimes earlier. Dinger63 is indeed in the house. Gordy McDowell, how you doing, mate? Thanks for coming in. Barry Christian is doing a special wave to Paul. Nice one, special wave. Yes, indeed. Roddy's Jam Cave's in. How you doing, mate? Thank you for coming. Right, I think we're almost caught up. Garth Humphreys, how you doing, mate? Oh my God, mate. 4:40 AM here and you cannot sleep. On the upside, you catch us live. Sorry and welcome. Both to you. Hope you get to sleep soon, mate. That'll be good for you. That's another super chat in the house. What's going on? Lammy, you absolute legend. Stick it in the puggy. Thank you so much, Lammy, you absolute ledge. Of course, once again, Lammy's live stream, Saturday nights. You will not regret it. Just check out. In fact, anybody that's been over to Lammy's live stream will tell you what it's all about. It's a hidden gem in the tubes. Go find it. Enjoy. Let's make it not a hidden gem. Maria's asking, what's the weather like in Bonnie, Scotland, Steve? It's been very hot in Wales today. It was quite nice this morning, early this morning, and then it was a wee bit showers in the afternoon. But to be honest with you, I wasn't out that much today. I don't know what it's like right now. Looks kind of mild. I've been out running again, so I went out for a run this afternoon, and it was quite nice. Cool, you know, not too hot. Like last weekend. Hey, forgot about that. I was in Barcelona and that was cooking, man. That was hardcore. Robbie F does not have a meeting. Nice one, mate. Glad to hear you can join us for the full shebang. By the way, it's a long one, mate. 90 minutes. Do your best. Just do your best. That's all you can do. Wolfgang De Vries is in. Hello, mate. Thanks for coming. And Sister Rose is in as well. Yes for some, not for others. Love roasted maple and rolled edges. Stefan Barr saying, you're right. Push-pull is a good option to have. I'll not be putting in the Room 101 bin. Oh, man. That is an absolute blast from the past. What was the name of the presenter on that? Nick, somebody with a sort of grey spiky hair. Can't remember his name, but yeah, that was a good show. Room 101. Sister Rose, you feel like there's a lot of romanticism for past guitars too, which aren't so comfortable to play. It's one of those rare both side situations. A lot of aggressively modern guitars put you off too. That's it. That's why the Jet and Sire are so good, a nice balance. I hear you. Yes. Still yet to try out a Sire. When's that going to happen? It will happen one day. Mont Hoople, hello from sunny Wales. Short answer, yes to split taps, etc. Maybe an exception, but only if the... And then the rest is somewhere else. Oops. Where do we get to? Okay. Maria, me and your partner thoroughly enjoy watching the show. When you say going down to Fritzl's, it makes me laugh. So funny. That's it. There's so many little not Easter eggs. What would you call them? Just little moments that he has in the videos. Alan, Dave, all these little characters. Brilliant. Even when he picks up these tools from Peter. Afternoon, Peter. Brilliant. Danny Soul, you're up late again. Oh, mate, I'm sorry to hear that you're still in this sleeping pattern. Hope that gets better soon, but we're glad to have you, mate. Thanks for sticking around. Graham Campbell, here we go. The most pointless spec is often brand name on the headstock. Couldn't agree more, mate. Yes, 100%. Greg Green is saying to Sister Rose, you're correct. When you buy an older guitar, you remember what was great about it. And then you remember what wasn't great about it. Honestly, mixed bag. Yeah, that's it. Ashley Scrace is here live as well. Thanks for coming, mate. Okay, IMA 640. Push, a lot less fiddly than push-pull. 100%, mate. Always for me. In fact, that's a good point. Actually, I almost dislike push-pull in favour of push. Push is just so great. It's the best. Everybody says they're not reliable, but these have been on since... How funny would it be if they broke right now? They're working, I promise. 2013. they've been on. So what's that? Over 10 years. I've got them on my other one over there as well on my telly. I've had a load of guitars over the years with Push Push. Never had any bother with them. Touch wood. Anywho, CD Nelson's joining for a bit. Thanks for coming, mate. Whoops, we jumped again. The lamp, yeah, everybody says the lamp rocks. True story. Ashley Skase, you've been missing a bunch of these lately or recently. Good to be here while fixing the lawn. Hello from Sweden. Is that where you're from, mate? Awesome, mate. Thank you. Mott Hoople, pickups are specifically designed for the purpose of picking up. Is that what we're saying? Sister Rose loves push pull. You feel like if you have buckers, there's no reason not to. Even if it's not a great single coil sound, it's still a fun option to have. That's it. It's not a single coil sound, it's just a sound. And it's usually better than the humbucker sound, in my opinion. Oh, no, update. Took care of everything needed for customs here this time, you think. Let's hope it all goes well. I really, really hope so, mate. Yes, fingers crossed for you. Dave, Nick Hancock. That's the guy, Nick Hancock. Thank you very much, mate. Brilliant. From Room 101. Sorry if anybody's not following. Room 101 was a TV show. I was going to say it's a game show, but it wasn't really. It was just what would you, a panel show, maybe? Comedy panel show, where basically people got the opportunity to rant about stuff and kind of put it into Room 101 and have it banned forever, and there would be a little debate about it. It was quite funny. Anywho. Oh, Mott, there are pickups designed for porpoises. Right, we've got off on one there. I don't know what's happened there. Oops. Greg Green, you're a fan of Alan. Yeah, I'm a fan of Alan too. Alan. Anyway, Greg Green, push pull works great on teleknobs. It works better on teleknobs, I would say. Yeah, still not as good as push push in my opinion. Jed, what you say, mate? A late hello to Steve and everyone. Plus 50 cents with Elizabeth Ellis. Why not? Hello, mate. Steve Mac, you enjoy Millhouse paying homage to our Peter. Some say he was Leeds' best attacker, 75 to 80. Oh dear. Probably. Sister Rose, true push push on your sire. Push pull for active bass. Yeah, it does feel clunky, yes. It's not something you'd be casually turning on and off as much as it pops a bit. See, the thing is with push pull, fine. I'd rather have it than nothing. Push push, of course, is ideal, but with Strat knobs, it's just the worst. Unless you've got the sort of longer shaft pots where the actual knob sits a bit proud, so you can actually get your fingers underneath it to pull it up. But usually, there's not enough there. See, if you're gigging, just forget it. It's not happening. Or if you are lucky enough to get it, I don't know. Rob F, call me old-fashioned. If you want a single coil sound, you'll put down your LP and pick up your Strat. Nothing old-fashioned about that, mate. Thomas Ross is in from Smithers, BC, Canada. Thank you for coming, mate. Much appreciated. How's the weather over there? Lovely, I hope. CD Nelson, oh, you're speaking of Rob. Sister Rose, you should do a YouTube version of Room 101. That could be interesting. It's a bit niche, maybe. Paul Merton presented it too for a while. I must have missed that. Or maybe he didn't. The Ubi, you don't have to put down your Strat, you've got HSS. Yes, HSS is my preference as well. Although the Lamy will tell us that it always does come at a little bit of a tone compromise or sacrifice, if you like. But I don't get that so much on my modded Jet, because I've got the stacked pot. It's got a 500 and a 200 pot for the humbucker and single coils. Anywho. Oh, CD Nelson, what about true temper frets? You get the idea, but it seems way more trouble than it's worth. I couldn't disagree with that, mate. I've never tried them, I've seen them, and I agree, it just looks like, oh, and that would be a fun one, actually. to ask Milehouse about if you ever fancied installing true tempered frets. What an absolute nightmare they look for installing, excuse me. It must be lasered or something, eh? Like the fretboard, the inserts. They must just CNC. That's a guess. Yeah. And they'll all be pre-bent and stuff. I don't know, I'm just guessing stuff now. How do you even crown them? Anywho, the Ubi is melting. Hope that gets better for you soon, mate. Sister Rose, Stingray style bases have telly style knobs, so agreed, yep. Greg Green, you're always pushing your luck, so not sure on the push. Ashes Grace, in terms of overrated features, you'd say locking tuners. I totally get it, but the hype is unreal and unnecessary for me. Plus, they don't aid tuning stability any better than nut, trem, etc. Yeah. Search for Tone says push it real good. Tune. Vincent Brown, how you doing, mate? Thanks for coming. Yeah, mate, you're just in time for the knobs and shafts. They'll be as long as you can tweak a knob. It's good no matter what. Yeah, that's a good point. Trace Rins, I wish companies would use push. It's so convenient and a quick way to activate the split coil sounds. Yeah, you're right. Is there any companies that actually do push stock on any stock models? I can't think of any, but to be honest, I've not tried loads. But yeah, who does push? I bet somebody cool like Vola or something. Vola? I don't know. But I agree with you 100%, Mr. Shreddings. Yes, indeed. Okay. IMA640, you'd prefer the Fender split shaft tuners to locking tuners. Yeah, mate, I'm kind of torn between the two, but I love the design. I'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, spot on, mate. Hozzer, you've just bought the Fretalizer premium fret polishing system, just waiting on delivery. Nice one, mate. I fancy giving that a go as well. I think Mr. Milehouse has done an awesome job of bringing that to our attention, and it even makes me feel like I could potentially even manage to use that. Maybe. I mean, it's a big maybe. But it's worth a go. Or maybe we can get in touch with them. That could be a good video for them. Can an absolute moron fix his frets with your system? Is it Steve proof? There you go. Garth Humphreys, do you love the push-pull on your studio session? That'll be a Godin, is it? All four do something. Fun options to have, even if mostly just leave it all pushed. Yeah, I'm the same, mate. On the Starcaster, it's always split. 100% of the time. Whoops. Sister Rose, you recorded a song with the Harley Benton CST24HB. Oh yeah, that was the PRSA thin line kind of one, isn't it? For your Father's Day, about how I got the music from my dad. Sounded pretty good. Used the S7 for Strati, so that sounds very cool. Good on you. What an awesome Father's Day present. You should send, yeah, send it on. Do it. Send it. Thank you. Hozzer, Levinson guitars did a standard. There you go. See? I want to try out their new ones actually. Of Ventana. They look pretty cool. Trace Round says Gibson did push stock back in 2011 for the traditional Pro 2 series guitars. Right, there you go. Good on you. And then what happened? Some Fenders have push. Some models of the Tele Deluxe have it. Right. See, they also do their S1 switching as well, don't they? But I've tried that on a guitar before, but I've never had one. But that seems a little bit fiddly as well. Having to get your kind of like fingertip on target on the there. Like in it. This top part is the button, and it pushes inside the rest of the pot, rather than the whole pot where you can just kind of like slap it. Not that I would slap it, you know, but you know what I mean. Greg Green, you're off for lunch. Noon here. You live in Goldilocks zone in Arizona of Whataburger, Texas chain, and In-N-Out California chain. Nice, mate. Well, that's an excellent choice to have. Good luck to you. Paul Crane, regarding machine heads, I just don't understand why manufacturers don't make split post for 3x3 Gibson type guitars. That is a good point. Have I ever heard of them? Why is it only for 6 in line? Interesting. Why have we never thought of that? Actually, there's something I want to ask you, the people here, about tuners. If a particular product exists. I'll ask you in a minute. Well, I'm almost caught up. Greg Green, Schecter Diamond Series had a push-pull on the tone knobs. See, that's interesting. I had 2 Schecters back in the day, both Diamond Series, I believe, and I had both of them fitted, modded with push-pull knobs. IMA640 Fender do push-pull on the S1 switching system, I think. Yeah, S1, I thought S1 was push. Could be right. Search for Tone, be right back. Happy haircut, mate. Is that be right back or is that barber? What is that? Poo Ninja says yes, push for ease of use. That could be their campaign slogan, mate. That sounds pretty good. Push for ease of use. It's got a good alliteration almost. Barry Christian, get Paul to give you a lesson using it when you're there. The Fertilizer, great shout. Great shout. Hozzer, you're partial sighted and suffer from arthritis. I'll tell you how I got on. What is it? Oh, that's with your Fertilizer, yeah. Good luck, mate. I hope it goes well. Vincent Brennan, S1 switch on a Fender Baja Telecaster. Yup, there we go. Is it Steve Proof? Yeah. You've got the Baja Tele as well. And we're on to Whataburger. We're almost caught up. Greg Humphreys, stainless steel frets at my age ain't going to make any difference. Sister Rose, you saw Aurora live on Sunday, actually. Incredible artist. She had a really awesome guitarist who has an album out. We'll have to check it. I've never heard of Aurora, but I like the name. Trey Shreddens, most major pot manufacturers offer a wide range of values and tapers in push-pull than push-push. Push-push pots are harder to source in large volumes. Why did you do that to me, Trey? That was hard to speak. I bet that was easier to type than it was for me to speak. But what, let me see if, did I get your point? Most major pot manufacturers offer a wide range of values and tapers. Oh, more in push-pull than they do in push-push. Yes. Yeah, that's right. Why is that? We need to make changes here, people. We need to shake things up. Write to your local MP and start demanding more push-push pots. There's a, what do you call it? A shortage. What do you call it? There's a push-push famine. English is hard, yes. Kyoto89, how you doing, mate? What's your thoughts on log versus linear pots for volume? I'm ready to pull the harness out of my 335 because of linear volume pots. Oofed. Interesting. You know what? Trey will have the answer for you because every time it comes to that question, I have to Google to remember which one is which. But I like the one that has the sort of long balanced, the most gradual taper is my preference. I can't remember which one that is, but like I say, I never do my own techie stuff. I always get my tech to do it. So I say my tech, I put it into my local tech, although I've not done that for a long time because my local shop, Kenny's, shut down, as you know, in March. So I've not been back in touch with the guy since then. We'll have to figure that out. What do we want? Push. That's right. When do we want it? Now. All that stuff. John, a little hard to listen to. Sorry, mate. Live audio. Me, live audio. What have I done? Uh-oh. I don't know. Sorry, John Little, whatever I've done. It might be my accent and how fast I'm talking. I get excited. Sorry. You, live audio. Greg Green, I don't know what's happened. Kyoto, that's it. Linear. Log is the quick drop at the top of the cleanup. No. That's not the one. So, logarithmic. Yes, so log is my preference. There you go. Linear taper is the one that's more dramatic. Yeah, I don't like that one so much. Talking push velvet sundown. There we go. Let's get into the poll. Let's do it. Wait a minute. I know how to click buttons. Excuse me. Have I tried audio taper pots? I'm sure I've had them on guitars, mate. That's the one. Hello. Right. In case anybody's unfamiliar with the format of the weekly format of the channel, it's a little bit up in the air just now, but what it should be is this poll every Wednesday, which was yesterday. And we're voting on something guitar related. This time we're voting about and talking about what's the most overhyped guitar specs, and we're putting some options. People vote. The vote is not usually that important. What is important is chucking in some comments and getting the conversation going. That's always good. That basically, I read the comments, respond to all of them, and that basically gives me all the ammo for the live stream. Usually I've got my own opinions anyway, but yeah, that's how it works. That's basically the research for the stream. So comments, always appreciated. Weekly format, getting back to that. This is what happens on the Wednesday. On the Thursday, we do this live stream, and then we do this. We talk about the poll a little bit, we talk about the subject matter, and then any other stuff that comes up, usually, especially tonight because we're going longer. And on Friday, there should be an upload. There should be a video upload. It's supposed to be the main event of the week, is the Friday video that I put all my hours into. But because views are down on that recently, and I've not been having a good time, I've took a wee break. So there was no Friday video last week, there's no Friday video tomorrow, and there's no Friday video the following week. But the week after that, I've put the date in. Friday the 18th of July will be the return. I'm setting a date to make sure that I've got something to work towards. Alright, sorry. Let's talk about the poll. 288 votes. We're creeping back up again. We had quite a low amount last week, but we're back people. Right, so this was interesting. Roasted maple necks, 26%, most overhyped spec is what we're thinking here. And 20% went to locking tuners. Stainless steel frets went 12%, that was the lowest amount, so people are digging them, it looks like, or think they're legit. Lumen lay side dots got the most votes, 42% as being the most overhyped, most useless. Right, let's see what I agree with there. Yeah, that's about right. I'd say that's about right. Although I think this is roasted maple is probably my most important spec, I think, and it's not for the stability. Anywho, let's read out some comments. I'll go with the ones that I have not replied to yet. Oh, mate, you absolute legend. Jack Karowski has put in a super chat. You legend. That's good that that comes up yellow. Thank you so much, mate. Best wishes to Steve and his viewers. You are doing a great job. Thank you so much, mate. The offset bridge is out now. Custom upgrade for Jazzmasters, Jaguars and Mustangs. Check us out on eBay and Reverb. Totally, mate. Get out on it if you've got an offset guitar, if you ever have bridges issues. So yeah, Jazzmaster, Jaguar, Mustang. Can't think of anything else that uses that. I mean, you've got other weird ones, haven't you? Musquars and Jagstangs, all that kind of stuff. I can't remember. They probably do have the same design, but yes, Jack Karowski of offsetguitars.co.uk. Get over there and check it out. Thank you so much, Jack, for the super chat. You're absolute legend. Much appreciated. I'm trying to get my breath back and I'm trying to heart that comment. Right, sorry. We'll get back into the comments from through the week. Thank you again, Jack. Right, Nuno F Empires. What? That's not another one, is it? You guys don't want me to read the thing, is that what it is? Thank you so much, WTF, you legend. Your ideal guitar would have a body, a neck, tuners and strings. Everything else is just personal preference. There you go. That's a stream ender right there, mate. That's brilliant. Thank you so much for the super chat once again. Hugely appreciated. Thank you so much, guys. Cheers. Yeah, love it. Awesome. What community? What community? Right, I'll get back to the comments now. So where are we at? Nuno F Empires, the Spear of Guitars winner. I love that Nuno's still about. Legend. You heard cheap guitars sound better than expensive ones with all special features, including the feeling of playing it. Wait a minute. You've heard cheap guitars sound better than expensive ones with all special features. Yeah, that could be the case, mate. Yes, indeed. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong thing here. I should be on this. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's been my experience sometimes. A lot of times, most of the time maybe. Right, I'll try and find it. Well, wait, John Robson, we always read out. John Robson's live streams tomorrow, Friday, 5 PM UK. I'm not sure what that'll be in your time. Beer o'clock, the Fatacasters assemble. That's the name of the group of people who attend and get involved in just the hang, the weekly hang that is John Robson's live stream, and it's always great fun. He also does viewers guitars. You can send in pictures of your guitars and he shows them up on the stream. You can tell a little bit about them. It's a great hang every week. I very rarely miss it. I think in about 2 and a bit years I've maybe only missed it like 2 or 3 times. Every week I'm there, every Friday. Great hang. Right, anyway, what's he saying? Fads come and go. In the 70s, every piece of metal on the guitar simply had to be made of brass. Saddles, nut, etc. Yamaha even used to place a lump of the stuff underneath the bridge on some of their SG models. In the 80s, it was the Floyd Rose decade. You even saw archtop guitars with locking trims. Then the 90s arrived and suddenly all guitars had to look like they spent 40 years buried in a peat bog. And you reckon headless guitars are the current brand of snake oil? Yeah. Headless is definitely getting a lot more popular the last, what, I wouldn't even say 10 years, 5 years maybe. Strandbergs, Kiesels, all that kind of stuff. They were a bit fringe. I know that Steinberg were doing them yonkies ago, 80s, maybe even 70s. Were there Steinbergers in the late 70s? Maybe. But yeah, they're definitely more prominent now, and fan frets. And more strings. Yeah. Right, anything else I've not read out? Let's see. There we go. Arto9775 says locking tuners definitely. I won't disagree. Old Man Zen says, to quote Pete Honore, is that how you pronounce it? Honore? Just play the guitar. Can't disagree with that either, can you? He knows his stuff. Just play the guitar. That's it. Budget pedal chat, what are you saying, mate? It's all personal preference, I suppose. I tend to prefer a guitar with a 12-inch radius, but I'm ruling to compromise anything down to 9.5 inch. You prefer stainless frets, but you have guitars with regular nickel frets that hold up just as well. You prefer locking tuners for easy string changes, but a good solid tuner will do. I think there aren't many deal breaker specs, but you almost have a wish list that you try to tick off as many as you can. I feel very much the same way, mate. Yes, except for the 12-inch radius. But yeah. Cameron Meikle says stainless steel frets. How did I manage to miss so many comments today? Anyway, sorry. Stainless steel frets. I've cut a couple of high ones means more work, yes. And harder on your tools and stuff as well. Not so great. Zloboslav, really? I wish I had replied to this one earlier. Sorry. Right, I'll paraphrase. How's that sound? Dislike headless guitars, it's cumbersome to drop tune your 6-string while playing. You want to address all other examples too. I feel like I read this comment. Anyway, roasted necks are cool because there won't be frets sprout. We'll get to that. But you actually burst out laughing when you read air fried. Yeah, you don't care about headstocks, radius or sculpted heels. Steel frets are very nice because they don't wear out. Fast locking tuners, sorry, they don't wear out as fast. Locking tuners are so convenient that you'd buy them yourself for any guitar I like. Yeah, I like them too. Glow and side dots should be as cheap as normal ones. It's just plastic, but you don't play on stage anymore, so you don't care. You love having a Floyd. You're covering everything here, yeah. You love having a nice Floyd Rose. It's fun. You're asking what pickguard mouse mats are. That was just a bit of fun. But you think everything is overhyped. That's an interesting take. You don't care about hype, which is often not genuine. It's marketing. Some are useful, but you've only ever bought a guitar because of the Floyd. If any of these other features demand a big price increase, you won't pay, but they're already bundled at a reasonable price. That's cool. And that is the case. Like, you get them all cheap these days. You know what I mean? Pretty much all the specs mentioned above, you can get in a guitar for about 200 these days, £200. 200 to 300 easy. Some of them you could even get for like £99. Cameron Meikle says the coolest headstock is the PRS. Maybe. Although, See, I still can't get my head around it on the Silver Sky. I don't love the look of it on a Strat shape. I've still not got used to that. That was the kind of thing that most people, when the Silver Sky came out, were like, that looks a bit weird. But then it's like we've all got used to it, but I've kind of still not. I think it still looks more suited on a PRS style guitar to me. You know what I mean? One of the, what do you call them? What do you call them? Customs, is that what they're called? Cameron, hoping I feel refreshed after a break. Thank you very much, mate. Hozzer is in the chat, but what are you saying? Give you a flame neck. Wait, I better like and heart these. Over a roasted maple neck any day. If you have the vintage style tuners with the hole in the top, you don't need locking tuners. They're brilliant. Yep. Stainless steel frets are great until you need to do a full or even spot level, then not so easy. Yes, indeed. Right, GRB, what are you saying? Pointy guitars. What the? You always picture a skit of where most of the band dies and a human struck by pointy guitar incidents. The Great Texas Pointy Guitar Massacre. Only one guitarist can survive. Okie dokie, mate. It's a good little glimpse into the mind of a mad Australian. Relax meditation. You'll have all the specs, but you go for a good a good trustworthy review like yourself. Fazly Finica, same as JetJS 400. You recommend a good unbiased review is worth its weight in gold. Ah, nice one, mate. Thank you so much, mate. You're a legend. Cameron Nichols back in. There we go. Oh, I think I know what you mean. You're talking about brains. Brains? Brands. Right, I'll leave that last one. Right, sorry. Thank you all so much once again for participating in the poll and the comments and sharing. Actually, just before I get to that, I'll talk a wee bit about these. Actually, I'll just leave it up there. Right, okay. Change it up a bit. Hello again. I bet I've missed loads, haven't I? Oh, excellent. Jack Karowski has put in links to the store. You absolute legend. Cheers, mate. Right, let's get caught up a little bit and then we'll talk about more about these specs. Paul Crane, you just put a stay trim on your bass 6 today. You got it before you heard of the offset trim. Offset trim, Well, the offset trims literally just came out, so might be worth checking out for the future. Tray shreddings. The thing with stainless is they stay polished and smooth for longer and not as easily worn with nickel strings. It's a massive improvement. I agree. Stevie Mac. Saying hello to Jack. Oh, you bought the Candy Apple Red from Offset Guitars. Yes, you did, mate. Pesky. Finally, you're on a live stream. Nice one, mate. Thanks for coming, Pesky1. Well, where do we get to there? Poo Ninja. No matter my diet, I'll always be a Fatacaster. I totally agree, mate. I'm doing my best to fix that, but it's not working. Barry Christian, you're in the same club. Shred Finn, ironically, the best headless is only from the 80s. Everything else is cheap copy. No more trans trim. I wouldn't know, mate. I've not tried out enough for this new stuff. I'm a little bit headless curious, but I'm yet to try one out. Serge Vertone, did you miss the lock and tuner giveaway? You did not, mate, but I hope you're feeling good. Yeah, have you got the glow with your new hairdo, mate? Man about town. You strutting down with a bit of Saturday Night Fever. Oh, that's staying alive, isn't it? But yeah, I can just see you now, mate. Anyway. Whoops. Where was that? Stevie Mac, Family Man played a white Steinberger bass in the 80s, seen it on Top of the Pops. Well, was he really playing it if it was on Top of the Pops? Shroud Finn, I think if you have a decent diamond file, it will last forever, even on stainless. Be different if you had a shop. That's a good point, yeah. If you're only doing your own stuff, it would last forever. Probably, yeah. And Sister Rose has put the link in for the guitar she was talking about. Fredericks Vabo. Is that how we pronounce it? Possibly. And once again, thank you, Jack, for the super chat and for putting your link in. Please check out his store, people in the chat. It's not your ordinary store. And before you judge the prices, look at the service. I'm telling you, well worthwhile. I think I just spat on the camera there, sorry. Poo Ninja, most important, does it feel right in your hands? I've tried so many beautiful fully loaded axes, but many just aren't for me. Yeah, it's got to be right in the hands. Well, I mean, that Harley Benton ST Modern is the perfect example. It's got all the specs you could ever ask for. It's the spec sheet dreams are made of. Is that English? But I don't like it. I just don't like the neck. I talk about it all the time. I do not like the neck. So no, it does not feel right in the hands, that one for me. Pardon me. And again. Old Man Zen, you've had Silver Sky for a few years and you love the headstock. Hangs nicely, great point, and looks good in your opinion. Yeah, it looks good, mate. I can't deny that. It's a good looking headstock. It just, for me, doesn't fit. Just subjective opinions. Wide bass 6 bridge is coming this month. There we go. It's all happening. What is the name for the product, Mr. Karowski? What are you calling the stuff? Is it Offset Guitars Bridge, or has it got a marketing name or something? Shred and Fin, maybe OFRs are overrated. What is OFRs? You'll need to tell me what that is. Now that there are such good alternatives from other manufacturers. OFRs. What is that? Can't think what that is. Vincent Brennan, swore I would never own a headless guitar. However, I just bought a Pearson Hyper B. Why? Because. Nice. Pearson Instruments, they got in touch with me a while ago, and I never heard back from them. Evening all. Steve, what is trendy nowadays? I don't know. I've no idea what the kids are watching and doing these days. Is Coronation Street still a thing? I don't know what people are into. Hello, Parsnip Fingers. Thanks for coming, mate. Stephen Bart, you put 2 guitars on Facebook Marketplace 2 hours ago and have already sold them. Madness. There we go. It might be time to sell again. That's a good sign, mate. Did you put them up for a great price? What did you sell? I'm interested. Stephen Barnes having a Chinese tonight. Congratulations, mate. Old Man Zen, you've got Strats with Fender headstocks, bigger Fender headstocks, Ibanez headstocks, PRS headstocks. You just don't feel Fender has the monopoly on the Strat headstock anymore. Just my 2 cents though. Yeah, there you go. Fair dues. Right, okay. I want to talk about some of these poll options that were on here. Give me a minute. 90 minutes today, Maiden Man. Yes, no worries, you're late, but you're all good. Oh, and there's the name of that. It's simply the Offset Bridge. Perfect. For the bass 6, the name is the Offset Bridge 6. Brilliant. Simple. That's easy to remember, isn't it? Right. I was going to bring the poll up again just because I wanted to talk about these options, right? And I think I agree with a lot of the people here. So when it comes to roasted maple, right, that is most definitely, so I'll go back to this, my preference. But shades are inconsistent, like this one for example. This is quite a dark roasted maple. It's not the darkest roasted maple. And black side dots. Boo. Boo black side dots on roasted maple. We'll get to side dots in a minute. But just so you can see this is a jet. And I just so happen to have another jet here. A jet neck actually. This is also a roasted maple neck from the same factory. Potentially for the same guitar. See the difference in the shades. I think it's quite a big difference. Put them closer together. There we go. Yeah, but roasted maple is sold, sort of marketed as being all about the stability. Come on, does that look better? Sorry, can I just put this on? Sorry, I'm just getting your opinion on something completely unrelated. Right, option A or option B, what looks better? I prefer the lighter one. You know what? I actually need something in between the two of these. Anyway, roasted maple necks. It's sold to us as being all about stability, no fret sprout and stuff like that. Lies. That's all lies. Oh, people prefer option B, A, B. Oh, it's an even split. IMA640 says the lighter neck looks better. I prefer lighter too, yeah. We've got a bit of an even split. Thank you for getting involved. So yeah, roasted maple. For me, I've always preferred the feel of maple over rosewood. I don't like the sort of grainy feel under the fingertips. I know we're not supposed to feel the fretboard wood, we're supposed to touch lighter than that, but I do. Okay, I touch the fretboard with my fingers. And the reason that I know I don't like that is because on my Starcaster, a mod that I keep meaning to do is just take the shine off this fretboard, and I do feel the stickiness. I do get caught on the fretboard a little bit with that extra glossy shine. Look at that glossy shine, you see it? I need to take that off. It's like a 10-minute job and I just never did it. Anyhow, so it's all about the feel and the look for me. But in terms of stability claims, I've never noticed this as being more stable than any other neck. I still have to adjust the truss rod seasonally, just as much as any other necks. And see that, I'm going to use this as my pointer now. The Charvel there, roasted maple neck. The Squire, roasted maple neck. Harley Benton, roasted maple neck. I've got two Fenders through in the other room, both roasted maple necks. I'm a roasted maple neck fiend. Love them. The Fasley, all the Jets, roasted maple neck. They've all had fret sprout. They've all had fret sprout at one point or another. Sometimes it corrects itself seasonally again. Sometimes I use the fret end file and take them off. But yeah, I don't believe in the stability claims. Sorry. Have you ever had a roasted maple neck and have you felt like it's more stable than regular? Is it just me and all these guitars? Because I can't use all these guitars as... It doesn't carry the same weight saying all of these have the problem because they're all in the same conditions. They're all in this room. You know what I mean? In the same temperatures. Anyway, sorry about that. So that was my roasted maple neck thoughts. So for me, looks, feel, don't believe the stability claims. And also it's not a premium feature, as we know. Right, I've still not got what OFRs are yet. I don't think. Who was it that said that? Shred and Finn. Right, where did we get to there? Paul Vanova, hello mate, thanks for coming. Graham Campbell prefers the darker one, so Shred and Finn prefers the darker. Anton prefers the darker. Yet another Flipper username prefers darker. Relaxed Meditation prefers B. Sister Rose prefers B. WTF prefers B. IMA prefers B. Mainman prefers B. That's an almost even split there. Almost even. Stephen Barr, just a couple of budget guitars. This is what you sold that you don't play. East Coast SG and a Jackson RR Minion with a chip out of it. Nice one, mate. Well, if they were priced fairly, then maybe that's how they went so quick. Or maybe it's just a good time to sell. Who knows? I've got a couple of guitars to sell, actually. Vincent Brennan, maple for me, not roasted. Yeah, I'm all about the maple as well. I got turned onto roasted back when it started becoming a thing. I fell for it, but I do love them. There we go, we're at the usual end of our point, but we're going on for another half an hour because it's a 90-minute stream tonight. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I can believe it. Right, carrying on. So it's looking like there might not be a stream next week. Oh dear. Maybe I'll do it on a different day. Right. Pesky, non-roasted maple for you as well. Yeah. Shred Finn, also not a fan of heavily glossed necks. Yeah. Pesky is a fan of glossy necks. We've all got our different stuff. Poo Ninja, just missed you there. What did you say? You like the feel of roasted maple? It feels silkier than non or something. Yeah, I think they feel the same if they've got the same finish, but I could be wrong. Although, some roasted does not need finish at all. Although I don't know if I've ever felt that, I'm not sure. Paul Crane, you're looking at your Rickenbacker. Their lacquered rosewood fretboards are quite unusual. Yes, they are. I think if I buffed that out, kind of like a steel wool, like what we do to that, I would probably be fine on that, probably quite enjoy it. Is the lighter roasted maple neck al dente? That is correct, mate, yes. Satin necks are magic. Agreed, Stephen Barr. Yeah. Peter Collins, you can't say you feel a difference in necks just from your fingertips. Yeah, I'm a weirdo, mate. I'm a weirdo, sensitive creature that can't even play good enough to complain about these things. But what are you going to do? Search for tone. You heard it on the internet, so had to be true, but not all roasteds are the same. Cheaper manufacturers do it because the wood isn't aged and gets the moisture out, whereas the big boys take aged wood, then, I don't know, then roast. I don't know if I believe it, mate. I mean, I believe that that's why we see them on cheap guitars, because it's younger wood and they accelerate the drying out of it. That's why we're getting them. But I don't know if the big boys do anything different. Maybe. Stevie Mac, option A, get Milehouse to sort out your side dots with radium paint. It's good for you, honest. I was actually looking at some decals the other day I might try out. Pesky likes roasted vegetables, as do I. Stephen Barr likes roast chicken, not so much for me, but there you go. Peter Collins, you've got a Reverend with roasted maple and the tuning is very, very stable. See, I don't know how much the roasted maple has got to do with that. I mean, has it got a trem? And it's usually the nut. The nut is the first port of call for tuning stability, and it's never about locking tuners, never. We'll get to that in a minute. It's all in the tone oven. Hozzer, you live in Scotland, it's never going to be stable with our climate. That is true, mate. And I can't afford to have the heating on all the time, like at a stable temperature. Wolfgang also likes the feel and look. Yeah. Depends if you're eating it or not. That is a good point, says Paul Crane. Original Floyd Rose for Shred and Fin. Right, yes. Maria Muggs, side dots are good when you're starting learning, but not necessary after you get used to fretboard. I'm still using the side dots. I'd be lost without them, but good on you. Stephen Barr, I like to roast my necks for 40 minutes at 180 degrees. Excellent, mate. Barry Christian, you prefer roasted tatties. My man. Same here, mate. Love them. Steve Mack, you have to adjust the neck because it's not been dried out properly. Yours has been roasted with a Zippo lighter. What is this? Oh, right, okay, I see what you're saying. Yes. Kind of like what Serge for Thomann was saying there, yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know enough about it. Don't know enough about it. Where are you at? Sister Rose. To be fair, it depends entirely on the colour for me. You like the lighter neck on your Z3. The darker, but you prefer the darker neck with green on top on your S7. Purple, I'd go dark with. That's it. Jack Karowski, rosewood will grow on you. You just need to give it another chance. No, no. I've got guitars here with rosewood. Right here in this room. There's two there. I've never been able to go on with it. Never like it. I'm a weirdo. Oman's in. Roasted neck. Just looks like it was left in the oven a bit too long. Like the luthier. Thought they had time for a bathroom break and forgot they had a curry the night before. Could be that, mate. Original Floyd Rose. OFR. Sorry, mate. Thank you. It's been a long time since I used Floyd Rosey stuff, but thank you for that. What do you call it? Confirmation. Stephen Barr, take decent photos and write a decent description. Half the battle. What is that for? Oh, for the sales, selling, yes. Satin, yes, absolute best for satin. Oh man, then you use some sticker side dots with abalone pattern and they look great on a dark neck. It didn't cost much and never had to reapply. Excellent, mate. That's what I'm into. I want to see something like that. Actually, that might be a better shout than what I was looking at. Daniel Scott, coil split tap, got it on a few guitars, never use it. If I want single coil, I pick up my Telly or Strat. Yes, that works. Sister Rose, don't they mostly market locking tuners as you don't have to wrap the whole string around lately? Yeah, I mean, that's what it does for me. Peter Collins, your Reverend has a floating trem, right? So it does have a trem, so your nut must be impeccable, mate, especially if you use the trem. No issues at the saddles either. And I know for a fact that Reverend used their own designed triple string tree, which is a stainless steel bar. That's a great design that. I would love to get one of them on a guitar. So yeah, I would say it's very little to do with the, I mean, it is pretty much nothing to do with the tuners. It's all to do with the nut, all those points of friction. The locking tuners aren't really doing anything, as far as I'm aware. Pesky, you still use the dots as well. Yeah. People who don't think side dots are necessary, once you've been playing a while, need to watch clips of Hendrix literally counting frets on stage to make sure he was in the right key. Was that a joke though when he was doing that? I'm not sure. Oh, wait a minute, yeah, because it's upside down. He doesn't have the dots. I never even thought of that. Okay, Pesky, you just now received a £60 Strat from Temu. Good luck, mate. Hope it's good. Go and open the box. Keep us posted. Poo Ninja, you often notice your eyes are closed while playing. No dots required. My ears tell me where my fingers are. Yeah, I do that at home as well, but not for a gig. Vincent Brennan's off for your dinner. Have a great one, mate. Thanks for coming. Sister Rose, overly dark roasted necks. You agree they look burnt? Yeah. Hawser, you've had rosewood, maple, ebony, and rich light. Couldn't tell the difference. Yeah, well, rich light and ebony can be. I mean, ebony can be very smooth, but it can also be grainy as well. But yeah, maple, ebony, and rich light can feel the same. But yeah, rosewood feels very different to me. Maidman, normal strats must have maple board. Super strats must have rosewood. Why? I'm as deep as a puddle, so looks are everything. Yeah, I agree. Well, apart from anything about rosewood. Can't be long before somebody releases air-fried necks. Yeah, that's it. As soon as you get air-fried necks, I want an air fryer that size. Just think of all the chips you can make. Paul Vanova, all these specs are very subjective, but I guess most, including myself, have fell for marketing gimmicks. Me too, mate. How many times can you resell a Fender until it becomes vintage? Well, 30 years and it's vintage, apparently. Shren Finn just found the clip of him doing the counting, yeah. The caveat is probably plastered out of his gourd and could barely see the fretboard, but yeah. Well, I did think it was that, and I thought he was just having us on. Jimmy Biter's in the house. What's up? Thanks for coming, mate. And David Beebe, right at the same time. How you doing, gents? Thanks for coming. You're all good, mate. We're going longer tonight, David. 90-minute streams, OMG. So you're stuck now. You're stuck for the next half an hour. Jokes. All good. Right, okay, let me get to the other couple of things on the poll, right? So we did the necks. We kind of spoke about everything. Locking tuners we just spoke about. Great for quick string changes. Now, here's my gripe that I want to talk about. That's not what I want to ask. What I want to ask is, right, so we're talking about split shaft tuners being potentially a better design than locking tuners, and you know what? I'm not going to disagree. These are awesome. Love them, love the split shaft tuners. Excellent design. And what they've got over locking tuners is like you could just take the string off with the extra length and you could put it back on. Whereas, well, locking tuners, if you don't have enough winds, which usually we don't because that's the whole point, then you might not get your string back on the same one. You don't really need to worry about that if it's maybe slipped out of the locking mechanism, or if you're changing your strings to do a mod or something like that, or maybe adjust your truss rod. If it's here, you'll probably loosen your D and G strings, at least I do, although you wouldn't loosen them that much. But anywho, the only thing I don't love about split shaft tuners is that they always come with these buttons, and I just don't like these. I don't know what it is. I don't like the feel of them. It's almost like it gives me cramp or something. I've noticed something here about not liking the feel of rosewood, not liking the feel of these wee buttons. I don't know what's going on here. Probably some kind of mild autism or something going on here. Wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, this is the shape I prefer. Always preferred this shape. Always. So, does anybody know of staggered post tuners? Sorry. Split post tuners, that's the other thing, by the way, with this shape and staggered posts. Why doesn't that exist? I want that. David Baby, I'm not even going to read that. You just freaked me out. But there's where I'm at with the tuner. So I want to know if anybody's ever heard of tuners, split shaft, that have that machine head on them, that shape, the sort of more, I don't even know what you call this, keystone hex thing, I don't know. That shaped one, and if staggered ones exist. I want to know. Can someone get Trev Wilkinson on the phone? So yes, that is what I really want. I want to hit. Sorry. Right, okay, let's go to the next one that I want to talk about. Stainless steel frets. Right, so yes, I do love stainless steel frets. Is it a deal breaker? Almost. Nah, it's not really. Because they're getting so more common now and the bar is getting higher on cheaper guitars, it's almost more expected now these days, where it's kind of like, has it got stainless steel fret? Has it got stainless steel frets? And people are like, yes, no, maybe. Sometimes half the time it does, and it could be a bit of a deal breaker. I've just formed an opinion right now. I'm thinking stainless steel frets probably is becoming more of a deal breaker for me on a new guitar, whereas on an older used guitar, I'm not caring so much. There you go, I just made that up. Proud of myself for having a new opinion that I think I've just figured out. Could be wrong. Right, did I mess up anything there? Search for tone, the stream is too long. Your hair's too long, mate. Sorry, just in case anybody thinks I'm being bad to search for tone, he's just had his hair cut from the barbers during the stream. Anywho, the Lamb says, I tell you where all this comes to an end. Pickups with AI. That'll be great. That's it. And you won't even have to play. You just strum with the right hand. And then a couple of years later, you don't even need to do that. Right, Barry Christian, 30 years for vintage. That's the rule, apparently. In that case, your crappy probe strat must be worth at least £30 by now. It must be, mate. Easy. David BB does not like the split shafts. That's fair enough, mate. Each to their own. But like I said, I don't love them for the feel of them. And I prefer they were staggered. Sound disappeared when I switched to belly cam. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. I won't do that again. Where do we get to there? Yeah, finding out the longer we go that Steve's awfully persnickety. Yes, mate, I am. I'm an absolute freak. I'm asking too much. Patent it now. IMA640, the best thing about split post tuners is you never get the string end stabbing you. Yes, that's another great thing. So, your gig bag is safe forever. You could go real crazy and get Steinberger tuners. What do they even look like? Are they at the opposite end? David Beebe, you find it pops out before you get enough wraps around. Really? That's got to be a restringing technique going on there, mate. Possibly. They have some insane ratio. Yeah, good point. Your heat staggered, Diva. I think it might be. Rexomatic, are stainless steel frets more challenging to file if fret sprouts develop in dry climates? Apparently so. I've not dealt with that too much, I don't think. I may have tried that on my Harley Benton Fusion, possibly. But then there's another sort of side of it as well, isn't there, where not all stainless steel is created equally. There's like a hardness level, and some like sort of nickel frets can be just as hard as some lower quality stainless steel ones, apparently, but I do love them. If Joe Rogan could go for 3 hours, so can we. Very well. Well, maybe just go another 15 minutes. How's that sound? Is that right? Chris Otterwell, fussy about guitar features, but not fussy what you drink out of. NutriBullet, yeah. This is it, mate. I've actually started on a bit of a health kick this week. And because this is my second container, I drank this first. Because I was doing a longer stream, I thought I better get a larger tankard. But yeah, I've been on the smoothies and whatnot. Yeah, trying to get a bit healthier. Been running most days. I've not told you anything about what happened to Barcelona. When's that going to happen? Double standard. You will not buy a 59 Les Paul because it doesn't have stainless steel frets. Good point. I wouldn't either. Well, that and just out of my affordability range, mate. Just out of my budget. But only just. Daniel Scott, you got 2 guitars with stainless steel frets after a third. Yeah, mate, I'm the same. I think part of it is that I've got really poor bending technique. Like, my bends suck, always have. Should probably work on it. I have worked on it and I can never make the gains that I want to. Probably never spent enough time on it. Anywho, stainless steel frets do make it easier. It makes it easier. It doesn't make my bends any better, but it does make it easier. IMA 640, bits of my parts caster are vintage. There you go. David Beebe, it's a you problem, yes. Peter Collins, you got a guitar with, oh, Search for Tone, you absolute legend. Go for 5 hours. What? That's like $1 an hour, mate. Deal. Cheers, mate. Much appreciated. Thank you for the super chat. You're a legend. Where do we get to there? Peter Collins, you've got a guitar with stainless steel frets on order. Looking forward to seeing what they're like. What did you get? What did you get, mate? Shren Finn, Steinbergers are gearless. They install just like any others, but are 40 to 1. They operate slightly. I'm going to look at them. Can you put them on any guitar? I need to know. The lamb can barely go for 30 seconds these days. Nice one, mate. Anton, freshly blended water. You could be on a winner there. Yeah, totally. And bottle it. Oh, brilliant, Lammy. Steve's top tip, drink more water for a longer stream. Love it. I wish I had some Lammy sound effects. Good evening, me, myself and I. Thank you for coming from Germany, mate. Much appreciated. You're going to play the $60 start that you just got from Temu. Keep it going. Let me know how it goes. Were there plenty of guitar shops in Barcelona, Steve? Thank you, Maria. I can now answer that question. Yes, there were, but I only managed to visit one. Because the other one that I wanted to visit, found out where it was on the map, we were just about to go, and it was closed. They didn't open, and they weren't going to be open until we got back to Scotland, unfortunately. So I only got to check out one, but it was a great one. It was a really great one. I've got a walkthrough coming. Loads of brands I'd never heard of before, like way more different brands than in China. In fact, I think I knew pretty much all the brands in China except for maybe 2 or 3 that I've seen, and all the shops. But in Barcelona there was quite a few brands I'd never heard of, quite interesting stuff. So cool guitars in there, look out for that one. And I also did in Barcelona the Interactive Rock and Roll Museum. It's just been open for a year. That was pretty cool, so I got loads of footage of that as well, did a bit of a walkthrough. So I'll maybe put up a video up of that as well. Maybe even on the second channel that no one knows about yet. I don't even know about it. WTF, Steve, if you don't like the buttons on your split shaft tuners, can't you swap them? I don't think you can on these, mate, because look, I'll show you why. Sorry, I'm trying to get these in focus. These are the regular tuners. Why is that? Hopefully you can see there's a screw on the top of these. I can't get it in focus. But anyway, there is a screw on the top of each one of these where you can take them off. At least I think that's what happens. And on these, there is nothing. Nothing. So that's why I'm asking, do they exist? Has anybody ever heard of them? David Beebe says, yeah, bending on stainless steels is gorgeous, like skating on glass. Look at that, eh? Beautiful. Chris Otterwell is laughing at Lammy, yes. Got to play with your knobs some more, yeah. David Beebe, but you wouldn't refret your vintage Gibson with them. See, what's his name? Tom Bukovac would. He would do it. Peter Collins, you ordered an Artist AT53 T-style stainless steel. Oh, I remember you mentioned that, yeah. Yeah. Awesome, mate. Right. Let's talk about lumen lace side dots, right? So by the way, mate, three of these specs that we're saying, are these overrated? Are these overrated? I can't bring it in. Where is it? Where's my pole? Where's my pole? That's so annoying, this window. All three, the top three. Roasted maple neck, for me, yes. Lock-in tuners, for me, yes. Quick string changes at a gig, need it. Stainless steel frets, for me, yes. Lumen lace side dots, no. Didn't like them. Let's get into it. I've actually did a video on this before, this guitar. I talk about it all the time with Charvel. Actually, I could have got the Harley Benton ST Modern. So the thing with lumen lace side dots is they're great when they work. The visibility is actually fantastic. So they've got to be charged by UV sunlight, which is good. Now, as you can see, the way my guitars are all hanging, my window is that way. So these never get charged in this room if I've got the curtains open, which is rare anyway. But I think that's the case for a lot of people. They might not have windows in their studios or rooms or wherever, or they just, maybe the guitars live in their case. If this isn't hanging up, if I didn't have the space to hang it up, it would probably live in its case. And I was to gig this, if I was to gig this, it would go from the gig bag or the wall into its gig bag to the venue in a car or whatever, and then it would get taken inside the venue and then come out the gig bag, and it's never seen any sunlight or got any charge. So you get a UV torch and you have to charge it. You have to sit there for 5-10 minutes. You could probably have a light set up like as part of your lighting system for the band if you do that, and you can kind of leave it in front of it and charge it that way, maybe. Or you can sit there like this for 10 minutes. Like, who's got time to do that when you're setting up your gear for a gig? I certainly never do. I'm always in a rush. Doesn't matter how early I get there, something always happens. Anywho, yeah. And then once you get them charged up, it doesn't last. It doesn't last for like the whole gig. It'll last for maybe up to an hour, and then you'll need to recharge it. And I'm not sure, but do these last forever as well? Like, will it still hold its charge? I know it's not a lithium battery, but will it still hold its charge as long after like 10 years? You know what I mean? I don't know if you're using it a lot. So that's my thoughts on lumen lace side dots. I think they suck, and I would rather just have normal ones. The end. And in particular, I'm going to show you on the Harley Benton ST Modern Plus. Since I've shown you this guitar a lot as well, this might be the last opportunity I get to show you because it's going soon. But I've taught Stevie Mac says, turn the house around, easy fix. That's what I should do. Talking of roasted maple and flamed maple, come on, what? Look at the flaminess of the flame maple on this neck. Have you ever seen a flamier flame? Look at it! OMG! It like flames in every direction. It's beautiful. But the flame is so prominent on this that sometimes it's hard to see the side dots in low light. So right now you're getting a lot of light. You can see it's actually shining off the studio lights. But in low light situations, you're not sure if you've got like a stripe of the flame or if there's a dot there, if they're not lit up. So yeah, there's my thoughts on lumen lace side dots. I don't like them. Or at least I don't, sorry, I've just spotted something else. Or at least I don't believe in them. Remember what we were saying a minute ago about the tuners, the lock-in tuners. Why can't we have, I was saying, why can't we have split post tuners with the modern buttons and staggered, I've just noticed that the opposite actually exists. Whoops. So look, on the Harley Benton ST Modern, you have the sort of modern locking mechanism on the back with the vintage buttons. So you can get the opposite. Why can't you get what I want? Why can't you get what I want? Anyway, that's the kind of stuff I like to complain about. Right, sorry about all the rants. Right, let's catch up with the chat. Okay. Stevie Mark, 5-hour stream. Can't wait to hear the content after the cigars and magic mushrooms come out. Is that the kind of streams you attend normally, mate? Is that what happens? Graham Campbell, what about scale length as a spec? Oh, that's a good point. It's a deal breaker for me on some guitars. Like Shred and Finn says, shorter scales are troublesome. You just got a square mini. Yeah, not so keen on like the Mustang Jaguar scale length. Nah, gets a bit crowded. Where are we at? Oman Zen, worst tuning head in my opinion are the Silver Sky grey plastic pieces of POS. Yes, I know John Mayer loves them, but they are the one thing I hate about the Silver Sky. Yeah, I remember not enjoying those either. But they are tactile, I mean, but they don't feel robust. I know what you mean, yeah. What was that there? Are there any anti-specs like cheap string trees? Yes! I don't like cheap string, well no, I don't like them. Nobody likes them. Poo Ninja, add a backlight to your gig gear. Gig gear, yeah, I know what you mean. Like an LED, sorry, not an LED, a UV LED strip on like the speaker pole or something like that, and then hang your guitar beside it. That's a good fix, but how about just not needing to rely on luminally side dots at all in the first place? But that is a good fix. Is the resonance of the body in electric guitar of any importance to you, especially when playing while sitting on the couch unplugged? I do enjoy it personally, mate. I enjoy a more resonant guitar. I don't notice it as much during a gig because like you can feel the bass a bit more and the kit and the volume. But yeah, it just all becomes part of getting a bit more comfortable with your guitar, I think. Pardon me. Scott Bogfoot, inlays made from uranium glass would be cool. I can't even think what that is, mate. Stephen Mack, using a UV candle. It needs serious lumens, Ken. There you go. That's all the flame. That is all the flame. But does the flame do anything except look good? It is on the back of the neck and no one sees it. Yeah, I mean, that was my main criticism of that guitar. When it first came out, I was saying, get rid of that. It's very nice, but it's actually quite off-putting. I was saying, we don't need that. Or no, I wasn't saying get rid of that guitar. I was actually asking for a standard model to come out. One came out soon after that, which is obviously nothing to do with me because they have these things in development for years before I said anything. But I was like, yeah, can we have a version without all that fancy neck and without the luminally side dots and without that Babbage trim? And one came out, fun enough. So they must have thought that themselves as well. Zippo Flamed, there we go. Sean Plays Guitar, how you doing, mate? I actually really wanted to see your stream tonight, mate. I seen the title. What was it about? Should musicians deserve to get paid? Or something like that? Or should musicians, YouTubers and artists deserve to get paid? Something like that. So I'm keen to watch that, mate. I'll maybe get it on if I get a chance later tonight. Check out Sean Plays Guitar channel, of course. And while we're at it, it's about that time. Wow, we got on to the 90 minutes. Sorry, Scott, what are you saying? You'd buy a horrible guitar if it had that neck. Shren Finn, you wouldn't even recommend a Mini to a kid. It's too easy to press hard and pull out of tune, but it's fun to play as a little novelty. Phil McKnight always recommends 11 gauge strings on a Mini guitar. Interesting. Poo Ninja, you still haven't seen a roasted maple body guitar. Nah, very unlikely. It'd weigh a ton, even with the moisture removed. Guitar Vacation is in the house just in time to say hello and see you later, mate. Me, myself and I, if you remember correctly, it was also the Harley Benton that basically checked all the spec boxes, but was just not yours, correct? Yeah, pretty much, mate. That's it. Not for me. Okay, thank you. 53 viewing still here for this length of time. That's amazing. Live stream next week. Maybe not at the same time. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you posted, of course. There won't be a Friday video tomorrow, sorry. I'm still on a break. There won't be a Friday video the following week, but there will be one back on Friday the 18th of July. That's when we're coming back. I'm trying to get busy with stuff, get caught up again, get some filming done, which I've not done yet. Working on ideas, thinking about second channels, tactics, strategies. It seems like I'm taking a break, but I'm working a lot in the background. Promise you. And we're off to Plymouth next week. Exciting times. Nice one, Scott Bogfoot, putting your link in the chat. Right, let's get out of here. Thank you all so much for coming along and hanging for this long and sharing your thoughts and opinions on guitar specs. If anybody is watching on catch up, or if anybody from the live chat wants to put in the main comment section ideas for next stream, that would be great, because I'm starting to run out of ideas for streams. But I've actually covered a lot. I've done quite a lot of streams now. Maybe getting close to 100. Maybe not. Probably not. I'm not sure. I've done a lot. Right, let's get out of here. Thank you all. Until next time. See you later. And we're in the backstage part now, where I figure out how to turn off the stream. And we do one of these comments. And I know I'm talking to myself. I know there's maybe somebody there. Still there? Might still be there. There we go. That went well. I feel like that was a good stream. Thanks again for coming, y'all. We'll see you when we see you. Because, like I said, no Friday video for the next 2 weeks. No... I don't know about live stream next week. We'll figure it out. And we'll be back proper Friday, 18th July. If not before. See you later.